Om Sri Sai Ram. Matangavadana Ananda Sadana Mahadeva Shiva Shambho Nandana Mahadeva Shiva Shambho Nandana Matangavadana Ananda Sadana Maya Vinashaka Mushakavahana Maya Vinashaka Mushakavahana Mata Maheshwari Bhavani Nandana Mahaganapate Mangalacharana Mahaganapate Mangalacharana Mahaganapate Mangalacharana. Om Sri Sai Ram. An avatar is God in action. An avatar is love in action. God plays both the roles in this divine drama. As a screen upon which the movie is being displayed and played upon, he is a witness. The screen is unaffected, unconcerned. Whatever is projected upon it, it just shows the scene as it is. The fire, the floods, the hatred, the love, the fights, the wars, the quarrels, everything. When you touch the fire on the screen, what do we touch? We touch the screen. Because everything is projected upon the screen. Screen alone is the reality. Everything else is just a perception created by the cosmic director. But somewhere the perception is being created and then projected. And there has to be someone who directs the entire drama, every scene which is to be displayed upon the screen. God plays that divine director also. He is the director, he is the screen. And he enjoys his own play, his own drama. Like Swami used to select the stars, the artists to perform. He will select the drama, he will select the script, he will decide the costumes, he will direct the entry, the exit, he will go for the rehearsals in Purna Chandra every day. And when everything is finalized, he sits with the audience in the Purna Chandra auditorium to witness his own drama. Directed by him, scripted by him. He decides, he directs. So an avatar is love in action, God in action. It is the rarest of the rare privileges for entire humanity, in fact, especially for those whom he had chosen to live in his proximity, even for a moment, who had this greatest good fortune of having his darshan, sparshan, and sambhashan. The Russian scientist who came to examine the auras around the saints and the spiritual realized souls of India, he himself mentioned, I was present in that, his first talk in Swami's presence in Vrindavan. Nothing is a coincidence in his scheme of things. On that very morning when he arrived at Vrindavan, he was made to sit next to me. I didn't know him, of course. And in the evening, he gives this talk in presence of Swami. And Kasturiji introduces him as one of the greatest scientists from Russia who has developed that camera to record the aura around every person. And the color and intensity and magnitude of that aura decides the personality, the divine qualities of that person. In his own words, he had gone all over the world. And when he came to India, he was directed by his friend Dr. S. Bhagwantam, who was one of the greatest scientists working in Indian government as advisor for defense. That before you leave disappointed, because he found none to be absolutely selfless, even amongst greatest spiritual saints and yogis of Himalayas. He visited each and every ashram across the country. And in his own words, when he saw Swami coming out for darshan, with his own naked eyes, he had trained himself and many of his students in US and Russia. He could see the rays of pure, selfless, divine love emanating from Swami's being with such intensity, of such magnitude, crossing the boundaries of the darshan campus, penetrating through each and every devotee's soul and mind without our knowledge. And those pure rays of love, in his own words, were actually giving us that spiritual bath, spiritual shower, like taking away all our darkness, our negativity, and in exchange, penetrating those rays of pure, selfless, divine love in each and every person sitting for darshan, and even going beyond the boundaries. And next day, he got his camera early in the morning during Suprabhatam and morning Nagar Sankirtan Darshan Swami used to give. It was summer course time. Every day morning, Swami would come in his balcony of the old mandir those days. Even I could see aura around his head every day, every time, right from day one. It was his blessing. I could see the bright aura around him like a sun behind his head. But this scientist said that aura was so vast that it was beyond his capacity of the best instrument that he had got with himself. And he said, never take for granted his darshan. Even one moment of his darshan can save our soul. We are so fortunate. And what all we need to do, just hold on to him. There are many theories of law of karma, this that. Let us not get into that. When the avatar has come and he is assured, I have come to save each and every one of you, to light the lamp of love in each and every human heart, to uplift each and every human mind to the next level of awareness. And he said, I will do it single handedly. He doesn't want us to take any call on that. Just hold on to him. The only thing he wants is not to play musical chairs with him. Don't play games with God. Nobody can outsmart him. Be simple. Surrender without any arguments, any logics. Keep those aside. Where all our scientific so-called little knowledge ends, His grace begins. Just hold on to Him. Our egos will calculate. It will give so many logical reasons justifying our efforts, our karmas, this, that, everything. Yes, everything is good when the avatar is not there. Then all these laws apply, as I mentioned in my earlier talk. Beyond certain heights, even the law of gravitation does not function. It doesn't operate. In the orbit we have seen, we all know scientifically. No law operates when we are holding on to Him. And I'm first hand example and witness to this. He granted me, like I would say, moksha. No karmas. I said, Swami, no karma theory upon me. I don't understand your karma theory. No plus, no minus. We'll settle after 2 births of Satyasai and Premasai. These 2 births I should be with you, as your near and as your dear. That's it. And he did not demand or ask for any conditions. He did not put any conditions on that. He was so happy, he just hugged me. That very moment, from that very moment, I feel as if I'm Jivan Mukta. No karma can touch. He takes care. He knows. He alone knows. He can. He alone can. Because He is. He alone is. He has declared this Dharma Swarupa has not come in vain. This divine body has not come in vain. It has come with all the powers. Who can question Him? And what a privilege, what a blessing for all of us. Just hold on to Him. He says, come, give me all your sins, so-called. Swami doesn't call anybody a sinner. That is our human language, our ego language. To feel guilty also is a part of ego. Our ego plays so many tricks. Sometimes we feel, why should we trouble so many devotees? I have seen, even among students. Why should we trouble Swami for small things? Again, the ego, subtle ego. The thought of doership, that we can handle certain situations ourselves. No, we can't. We can perform and we must perform, but decision and direction has to be His in every detail. When the best of the artist comes to perform on the stage, and when the camera is on, Before the camera is on, he takes all the directions from the director. Even how he has to enter, how he has to put his face, the dialogue delivery, costume, even the eyeball, the look in the eyes, everything is directed and decided by him. But the artist must perform. Perform we must. But decide we cannot, we must not. Wait on him with joyful calm and loving trust. When we wait on him, he works on us. This is called waiting therapy. And if required, he even works for us. He says, bring everything to me, all your negativity, your depressive thoughts, your anger, your jealousies, your thoughts of revenge, hatred, everything, all darkness. Leave it at my lotus feet and take from me my love, my awareness, my peace, my joy, my happiness. The more such business is done, he says, the more pleased I am with you. So there is no question that we are troubling Swami for anything. Swami says it is as stupid as a passenger keeping all the luggage on his head, thinking that why to give trouble to the engine, already so much of load is on it. Let me at least carry my own luggage on my head. It is as foolish as that. Ours is just to buy the proper ticket, enter the proper train, and be cool. Hold on to him. He will never, never let you down. That is the USP of this avatar. Whatever your karma, your mistakes, your wrongdoings, he will never ever let you down. And nor will he forsake you. He knows what to do, when to do. Just trust him. Trust in his wisdom, his timings, his ways, because his ways ensure his grace. Refuse to decide, refuse to move. In one of my earlier videos, I had mentioned about Swami directing me to bring governance of God in this country. It was 28th of January 2003, my 50th birthday. When I protested, he said, nothing doing. I said, Swami, I hate politics, politicians. You must not hate. Hatred hardens your heart, darkens your mind. You must love every situation, every person. Love lightens your heart, brightens your mind. Just be my donkey instrument. Wherever you go, my people will receive you as my own. I'll work through you, speak through you, write through you. And he has been working on me, on this child, his donkey instrument. And he clarified why I choose donkey instruments in this avatar is because donkeys do not have any personal agenda. Many of our friends have been asking me, now it is nearly 18, 19 years. In this period, he has uplifted my mind to that level. He has worked on me in various ways. and he has made me meet all the top leadership of this country, be it in governance, politics, corporate, religious, spiritual, social organizations. I have met everybody I have mentioned. Even every prime minister, every president, every governor, every chief minister, every CEO of the top corporate houses, even the heads of religious organizations and social organizations. He has arranged everything. They all welcomed me and listened to my point of view as he had promised. Wherever you go, my people will receive you as my own. Now, everybody is asking, when is this happening? How can I say? I can only reveal at this point in time that we all know that when Swami selects any speaker, any student to speak in his presence in Purnachandra or in Kulwant Hall or anywhere, the speaker is selected by Swami, the topic is selected by Swami, the boy comes before Swami arrives, he sits behind chair of Swami. Swami comes, gives darshan, comes on the stage. Boy's name is announced with Swami's permission, and the boy gets up with a flower in his hand and offers that flower to Swami and goes near Swami to whisper to him for his blessings on the topic which Swami has asked him to speak upon and speak through him. Swami blesses the boy, the speaker, and the boy comes on the podium. The mic is adjusted to his height. The entire audience is looking at Swami and to the boy with expectations that now the speech is going to start. But what do we observe? If we keenly observe, the boy will not open his mouth. His eyes will be in the direction of Swami, Swami sitting on the chair in his divine mood. He will not open his mouth until and unless Swami turns towards him and gives him final nod to open his mouth. It takes few moments, even sometimes few seconds, maybe 20, 15, 10, 30 seconds, but the boy will not open his mouth. That is the situation. He has worked, he has selected all his donkey instruments, and he is assured that when I decide, I provide. I will provide all the resources, all the donkey instruments who will work on this together in his name, and he will direct us. And he said, when I decide, I provide. When I direct, I protect. There will be no opposition to this. We will not have to scream or shout. We will not criticize or condemn. We will follow strictly his ways to ensure his grace every moment. Presently, he has directed me to record everything. Initially, I wrote all the dialogues between me and Swami. He appears to me every morning, anytime, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, wakes me up. And then I used to write each and every conversation. And then I presented that project report to Swami in his last interview with us, 3rd of March 2011. My son Harshvardhan gave it to Swami. Best of Bharat for the rest of Bharat. The dialogue between Arjuna and Krishna like. And now he has directed that I will record how to go about it practically. Entire blueprint as given by him. but I have not been given that permission to upload it on YouTube yet. We are waiting for his final nod. And that governance of God, he said, is not your Rama God or Allah God or Krishna God or Sai God. God is truth, goodness, beauty. God is love, dharma, awareness. We have to bring truth, goodness, beauty. We have to bring righteousness and awareness in the governance of this country and set an example for the entire world, Swami says, to follow. This avatar has not come in vain. This Dharma Swarupa will achieve what it has decided to achieve single handedly. We have to just hold on to him and remain his donkey instruments to perform as he decides, he directs. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय.